Well, hello, 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 hello. Mm. How's everybody doing today? Saturday. How's everybody doing? Come on in. Tennessee Soul Family, Tennessee Soul Food LLC. Y'all guys, come on in. We are here. It is Saturday. Good mood, man. I'm alive. I woke up alive this morning. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who is watching this, you are alive, baby. A lot of people didn't get up on this side of the ground. And that may not be bad. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you won't know till it happen, but we still stuck here, so enjoy your day. But today is Saturday, man. It's a great day to unwind and recharge your mind. Because, we've been programmed from Monday through Friday. It's hump day. You know what I'm saying? That's where everybody, no matter what you're doing, man. If you're a housewife, you're always cleaning and taking care of the kids, the grandkids. And Saturdays is more like I don't give a damn day. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people work on Saturdays. And that's fine too. But still, today is relax and unwind your day. Get you some coffee, sleep in. Even if you disabled, even if because Monday through Friday, it just seems like you automatically want to get up early and, just do whatever, get to it. Saturday is like, I'm sleeping in. And you don't do shit Monday through Friday. Just Saturday, just sleep in day. But it's still cold outside. I know that it's warming up. It's for the last 3 days, man. It's been below freezing here in West Tennessee. Today is actually the first good day that we're gonna have just to be above freezing. It's in the 40s today, and tomorrow's supposed to be in the 50s. By Monday, it's supposed to be 60, and by Wednesday, it's supposed to be 70 degrees, y'all. So we breaking up. We still got snow on the ground outside. It's still kind of snowy outside. Still cold. The sun is down. So today we still unwinding. To our mom, thank you, Tracy Graves, Tracy Akins, and Dawn Geiger, and all you ladies on Soul Food that we love. We appreciate you guys, and all you guys who are watching, the silent watchers, we appreciate you guys too. All you guys who subscribe, send stars, and buy seasons, whatever way you support us, we appreciate it. So yeah, Christy's in the shower. She's in the shower right now. Mariah, she's cleaning. She got the house smelling like Mariah got the house smelling like Fabuloso, whatever it is. What you in there mopping with, Mariah? I said, what you in there mopping with? I'm mopping with Fabuloso. Mariah got the whole house smelling good. I had to, how young kids is, you got to get them up started. She in here playing on her tab. Said, Mariah, it's time to get up and clean up a little bit. I told her to vacuum the living room floor. But wait a minute, I'm playing Roblox. I said, no, it's time. I wasn't playing Roblox. I was doing absolutely nothing. You was doing absolutely nothing, right? So she protested a little bit, but I had to get my daddy in. I said, let me tell you something. They get that bass in you, but let me tell you something. I done told you to get up, get on this vacuum cleaner. Don't let me have to say it again. So she finally got up. Then her mama had to come here and say something to her. Then she vacuumed and dusted. Then all of a sudden she got a wind and now she in there mopping. I didn't even tell her to mop. She got the whole house smelling, huh? Say what? She swept that mop, boy. She did it. So I thank you, Mariah. Cause y'all know we in the midst of moving. Y'all already know that. We told y'all we are moving. And so it's something we've been had in the plans for a while. Just ain't said nothing about it. But so we in the midst of moving. That's why y'all hadn't seen us on live a lot. We've been packing and when you start, we've been here 18 whole years, man. So we got 18 years of packing to do. We got stuff for everywhere. We got to get it. So Big Lo gonna get a big truck Friday, a week from yesterday. I'll be getting us a big old truck. We gonna load up because a lot of people when they move, they hire people to move. Well, we country folks down here, we don't hire nobody to do nothing like that. We do it ourselves. We go out here, we hire people to, like somebody who little young kids who ain't got jobs. Hey man, I pay you come help us move, man. But I think me and Tobias can handle the majority of it. Mary Paul said, are your son going with you? Is Tobias going with us? My kids will always be with me, baby. Tobias is 20. Alyssa is 19. Tobias graduates. He graduates school. Well, let me say this. He finishes his courses. His graduation may not be for a couple of months or more. His actual walk graduation, but he finishes school. So, he's on his way to getting his life together. I'm not, a lot of people push their kids out. I don't push my kids out the house, baby. I was pushed out of my house, and when I was young, a lot of y'all was pushed out your house. And ain't nothing wrong with pushing your kid to do things, because I do push my kids. But here's the deal, man. Here in America, man, we got this idea that when you get 18, you got to go. Let me tell you something. Kids at 18 and 19 years old, they legally grown, but they not ready for the world, man. I mean, can they go out here and handle themselves? I'm pretty sure I keep my kids, I motivate my kids to do a lot. But if you don't have to push your kids out of the house at 18, don't do it. Now, if they go off to a college where they are on a dorm or something like that, that's different. But my kids had the option to go to school local. And so that's what I let them do. They could have went anywhere they wanted to. Tobias, he graduated with honors, man. Tobias graduated with honors. He could have went to any school he wanted to, but he chose to do local things to stay around his family. And ain't nothing wrong with that. So, now, if it was up to me, but I let my kids do what they want. But if it was up to me, if I was a millionaire, thank you for the stars. Thank you for the stars, Marietta James. We appreciate it. Yeah, if it was up to me, man, I would build a compound and we would all stay together. The ideal of it's time for you to get out of my house. But see, we get that from being young back in the day when people was didn't have as much advancement as they do today. And, some parents couldn't make it with their grown kids. They had so many kids. And once they start getting 18, 19 years old, hey, you got to go. A lot of them had to start working before the end to help support their mom and daddy while they was in the house. But, if you don't have to do that, don't do that, man. We all just here to live, baby. I don't force rules on my life because society says this is what the norm is. It may be normal for a kid to grow up, but look, we are humans, baby. We just here to make it. And you know what? The more the merrier, man. Other cultures understand this, man. You got some cultures in other countries, they whole family stay together, man, because you got everybody together, man, and everybody put their money together. It's like this. If you got 3 kids in your house and they all grown and they all successful, and you and your husband and your wife or whatever, look, now, if you can, it's this new thing going on where they have these family compounds where you buy a lot of ground, a lot of land, 2 or 3 acres of land or 3 or 4 acres of land, and you build a big old compound, like a family house where you got like the center of the house is this, and then you got branches off where your kids family stay here. Everybody had their separate compound, and then they got a big playground outside for the kids and the grandkids, and they got like a compound. Hey, if you can do that, do it, man. Hey, you save yourself money. But that's not what we doing. I'm just saying, don't rush your kids out, man. They not mentally able, and times is different than it used to be. Times are not like it was back in the 70s and 80s and 90s when we was coming up, man. Times was different. Kids could go out and make a living. When I know a lot of y'all older than me. I just turned 53. A lot of y'all older than me. You remember back in high school days, a man and a woman, they could go straight out of high school and start making a living, because in high school, they actually taught things that you could go straight out of the school and start working. When I was in school, we was taught, they had woodworks where men could learn how to be carpenters, and you could come out of high school with a trade, man. You could come out doing machinery. They taught a lot of things, man. And so nowadays they took all those programs out of high school. Now, some of the things we learned in high school, you got to go to a tech college to get it. You understand what I'm saying? You have to go to tech school to get some of the things we learned in high school. And so going to college back in the day was always great, and it's still good now. But see, today's, and you can see what's going on with the government, right? You see how they cutting and slashing all these programs. And I'm not going to just blame it on the current president and what he's doing. But, we have learned that throughout the years, that a college education is good for everybody, but there's a lot of ways to make a living. Matter of fact, my kids in school, they pushing tech school on them because I know people my age, they still ain't got their college education paid for. Man, they went to school, they still, and it's bad being 50 years old and just now getting your college education paid for. Obama, when he was president, before he became president, he just paid off his student loans. Ain't that crazy? Hey, man, and some people go to college. Thank you for your stars. Ace Green, thank you very much. Some people go to school, get all their education, they don't even finish, and you still with all that tuition to pay. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I always tell my kids there's a million ways to make money, baby. Because that's what education is now. If you getting into the arts, if you want to be a school teacher, or you getting into something because you following your soul dream, that's a whole nother story. But most of us go out into the workforce to make a living. We are here on this earth. And I always tell my kids, look, follow your passions without your job. And now, if you can turn your passion into a job, that's super, man. Like if you're a musician like Mariah, she loves to play the piano and music. I always tell her, look, as you grow up, man, you take that passion and you turn it into making a living. And now you ain't got no stress, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really got a job. But everybody don't know their passion. Some people don't figure out their passion till later in life. So when you get out of school, man, you basically trying to survive, man. You know what I'm saying? You working, and a lot of people get college educations and figure out 5 years later that's not what they want to do, or it doesn't even pay good. So, but I always tell my kids, find something that you can work with, that you can be happy with and make money, because your occupation might change. Your passion will never change. Whatever God put in you to be, that's going to be your passion. That'll never go nowhere. Whether you find it or whether you ever take note and do it or not, that will always be part of who you are. Your occupation and how you make money can change from one year to the next, baby. But always follow your passion. And your passion is what you think about every day, what you wake up to when you go to sleep, what is on your brain, what drives you to get up in the morning. That's a passion, man. And everybody's passion ain't worth making money. Everybody's passion doesn't pay well. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of find out either you want to live your passion in life for humanity, or you want to take your passion and turn it into a living. If your passion doesn't pay well, you may have to find you a real job and then do your passion on the side for humanity. You know what I'm saying? Some people like taking care of people, man, and taking care of people don't pay good. You know what I'm saying? So you must do voluntary work in order to keep your soul satisfied with what your passion is. And you can go out here and do something else for a living. But if you can take your scale down a little, because it's all about expectations. We live in America, and the expectation is to have a big house with a white fence and a dog and to make so much money. You look at these statistics, and if you always fall in those statistics, hey, you can be unhappy because everybody's passion is not going to allow you to have a big house, 2.2 kids with a dog and perfect credit. Some of your passion is going to cause you to be poor. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. And so there are some of the happiest people in the world don't have the things in life, because I don't measure my success for the stuff I own. You know what I'm saying? I never have done that. When you're young in your 20s and 30s, you're always going about it trying to get money. And money is essential in this life. You got to have money to survive. I don't care what nobody tell you. People, money ain't is the root of all evil. No, money can ruin anybody, but you need money to live. I mean, I don't give a damn who you are. You can't tell me you happy and you broke. You can't tell me that. You might be used to it. You might be content because that's just all you ever knew. But you can't be happy being broke. Ain't no two people together happy broke, baby. So you gotta have some kind of drive to get. The Bible say, "Man who don't work don't eat, baby." And if you ain't eating, you ain't happy. And that's just how it is. It's just the fact that you can't let money overrule your life. And so I don't talk about people. I'm not the type to brag about, and I don't have nothing to brag about, but I don't brag about things, man. I move in silence because in this world we live in, you got sheep and you got wolves, and wolves, they like to eat people. You know what I'm saying? They like to eat sheep, and money is what drives wolves. That's what you see going on in our politics today, man. Money would drive you to do anything. A lot of people in the graveyard over money, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I move in silence, man. I don't go out here brave. I could hit the lottery tomorrow. You would never know it. You won't know it immediately. You might see change, but you ain't gonna hear me mouth. You ain't gonna hear me say, I just hit the lottery for $10 million. Cause you got too many wolves out there, baby. Wolves come for you. Money draws, just like sugar draw flies, money draw people to you. And your mouth can get you in trouble. Don't get on this. And I see a lot of content creators do this, man, all across the board. You get on here, you get to bragging about your money. And you got people who don't like you, and you don't never know who out here in this world don't like you, man. And even though they may not can take your money from you, but see, some people are so jealous and they so envious of you, and it has nothing to do with you. It's how they think about themselves, man. Let me get somebody off here. Let me get somebody off of here right quick. Cause I'm not going to even see right now. See, that's what I'm doing now. So you got somebody on here who said, Big Low, quit misquoting the Bible. See, people like that, they try to draw attention. See, these are miserable people. And you ain't even never heard me really say nothing about the Bible. I said one little quote and somebody going to take, cause that's somebody who probably don't like me. And so when I figure that out, I just get rid of you. I ain't going to get rid of them. I'm going to let them stay. But anyway, we ain't going to give them no attention. But yeah, you have to always realize, man, people are out to get you. Some of y'all may know this, man. That's why whenever you do things, man, move in silence, man. Because let your work show for itself. You don't have to tell everybody. If you successful and you making it and you doing good for yourself, you don't have to say a damn word. It will show. Your work shows for itself, baby. That's how it works. When you happy, people see it. If you got to walk in a room and convince people that you happy, you probably not. Because energy is everything. You know what I'm saying? That's how I judge people. I judge by energy, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, just like how old people say, it's going to rain, my knee cutting up. That's an energy you feel. All of us are just energy balls running around, just like the wind, just like how the sun, you can feel the sun on you. We are all an energy ball. So as soon as you walk into a room, we all have an aroma around us, and you can feel some people's energy. When somebody, how when you get close to somebody, you can always tell. You having a bad day. I can always tell when Christy having a bad day, and she can be smiling, she can act like what she want, but I can feel that energy. I can feel you. What's wrong with you? And we all have that. We all have that ability to feel people's energy. And so when somebody walk in the room, they can be a complete stranger, and they can walk in a room and they gonna bring an energy in them, and you can feel it. That's why you always got to follow your gut instinct about people. Something ain't right about that person. You know what I'm saying? You can feel it. And then some people walk in the room and you can just feel how they bring that certain energy into them. Oh, that person's nice. I always go by our energy. Even on this social media app, you could be watching. I can be scrolling this app, man, because energy flows through devices, man. That's an energy, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can be looking at somebody on the internet and I can just be like, that person ain't nothing but a bullshitter. You know what I'm saying? You can tell somebody who's authentic, you know what I'm saying? By energy. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I judge people, man. And so I never want nobody to think that my energy is a negative energy. Now, we all have negative moments, you know what I'm saying, when we get mad or we get angry. But I'm talking about an overall energy of a person, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like giving out a negative energy consistently. You know what I'm saying? So you just let your work for sure, because people who got a thing against you, they're gonna be like that anyway. It doesn't matter. Look, I can be on here giving out money. I can right now, and I can be on here blessing people with money. And you know it's gonna always be somebody with a negative energy who gonna come in and try to destroy that. They're gonna always have something say, I could be a minister of the Lord and be on here preaching about God. And it's gonna always be some people who gonna be on here who gonna tell you you don't know what you're talking about or you should do this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's why you can't that's why you can't let people bring you down about their opinions, because it's not really going to ever be about you. It's going to always be about them. People look at you and you're a reflection of a mirror when they look at you. So if they have a negative energy, when they see you, they going to see negativity because they looking for it, because that's just their energy. That's why you can't study what people say. And as a content creator, you got to know that. See, I don't get mad at people on the internet, because if you got something against me and you don't even know me, I already know who you are. I don't have to go no further. I'll be sarcastic with you, but I'll never get mad. I would never get mad at nobody because you already know what you're doing. If I've done something deliberately to you, then I know you mad at me, and I know you got a reason to be mad at me. So I'm gonna make a decision. Either I'm gonna avoid you, I'm gonna apologize to you. But if I ain't done nothing to you and you just come at me, and this is not just on the internet, I'm talking about in your real life. Look, you just got to be mad at me, baby. If you don't like me because I'm ugly, then you just don't like me because I'm ugly. If you don't like me because I talk too much, you just don't like me because I talk too much. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not a reflection of you. You know what I'm saying? So I just move the way I move. I just stay authentic. I stay to myself. I do what I want to do. You make a choice if you want to be in my space or not. If you don't want to be in my space, move on. But when you get to chapping them lips and you want to address me in a negative way, you just showing me your energy, baby. That's all you doing to me. Because I ain't got nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with how you feel about me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what I'm saying. Disconcernment. That's right. That's right. And so, people gonna always talk about you. If you can go out here and buy a new car, baby. You could have worked hard you could be driving a what you call a hoopty, tailpipe dragging, your lights out. You got the worst car in town. You could be driving that car for 3 or 4 years. And you will have people, they gonna say why don't he get him another car? He know that car raggedy. He just ain't got no money. They gonna talk about you. You can go out here and buy you a new car because you've been getting your credit together. You've been saving your money, and finally you done got enough money where you can go buy you a new car. Them same people who was telling you that you wasn't nothing and you lazy and you need another car, as soon as you get a new car, you know what they gonna say? I don't know who he think he is. He must think he better than somebody. He know he can't afford that car. So people, they gonna always talk. It don't matter what you're doing. They just making the choice to be who they are. And so that's why you have to move in silence, man, because people, they have things against you, man. Some of y'all done lost your jobs because you're running around here running your mouth. Hey, I got this new job. You ain't even got in the door yet. You just filled out the application. They called you and you went around here telling everybody where you work at. And you got some snake ass joker that knows where you work at. And they going to go in there and they good with the boss. And they going to go back and they going to cut your throat. Next thing you know, you got a phone call. We changed our mind. And they going to tell you, and you won't never know what happened. You know why? Because you running that mouth. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut until you secure what you got. You know what I'm saying? Don't run around here bragging about how much money you gonna get, how much will your job. I got the job here, I got the job there. Don't tell people about your promotion. If your boss give you a promotion, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Until you get in the door and you get that first paycheck, shut the hell up. If you gonna go out here and buy you a new car, don't go out here telling everybody you got you a new car before you get your new car. Get your new car and just show the hell up and let people talk, because they gonna say what they gonna say anyway. They gonna say it anyway. So you might well just show up. All you gotta do, baby, just show the hell up. Ain't nothing to brag about. If I go out here and hit some money, if I go out here and win money at the casino, I ain't finna come on and post myself at the casino. Hey, I just won $10 million. I'm just gonna show up. You gonna see a change in me. Something you gotta always let people be wondering about you, man. You know what I'm saying? Let people try to figure you out. And then the more shit you hear about yourself, you know you're doing something right. Right? Because if you do win some money at the casino, if you win $10 million at the casino, or if you win some money on the lottery and you ain't gotta reveal it, you know what? You'll start somebody gonna notice something about you. What's going on with they done bought this, look, he got this. What's going on with them? And then when they can't figure you out, that's when they start talking. He must be selling dope. He gotta be doing something. And when you start hearing that shit, you doing good. That's when you're doing good. That's why I know my life is grand, because people talk all the time. They want to ask you questions. You start getting phone calls from people who don't even mess with you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Big Low, I seen you running around with that nice Cadillac. I just wanted to call to congratulate you. And you ain't here for them 700 a year. Nosy folks. And you know what they're going to do? Don't tell them shit. Tell them a lie. Where'd you get that at? I want it off the Price is Right. That's where I got it from. Even though you worked hard for it, you tell them a lie. I want it off the Price is Right. Tell everybody that. It won't be long. You'll hear it in the street. I heard you want to call off the Price is Right. Running that damn mouth. That's why you got to move in silence, baby. But it's all good, man. And I say, you are so right, Big Low. Giving, hey, that's right, man. I don't, you won't hear me brag about nothing. I ain't got nothing to brag about, but you won't hear me brag about nothing. I'm just here to live my life and be happy, baby. How much money I got in my bank account ain't your problem. Whether I own my car or lease my car, ain't none of your business. Whether I own my house or rent my house, ain't none of your business. Whether my dog is on the inside of the house or on the outside of the house, ain't none of your damn business. Somebody say, oh Lord, don't even drive around in a big Cadillac. Drive around with a Cadillac. You don't tell people that. And so you have to limit yourself to people in the world, man, because people, they so jealous of you. And sometimes it's people in your own circle. You have to watch people that's close to you, because it's usually not going to be a stranger that's gonna be the downfall of you. It's gonna always be somebody close to you. It's gonna always be a confidant. You gotta watch your circle, man. I always tell people, if you want to know who somebody is, watch the 5 closest people next to them. That's how I can tell. Sometimes you don't even have to walk. I see dogs running around in my neighborhood, and I'm like, you know what? That dog is either he's a nice dog or not. But I can tell by what other dogs he hang around, because I know this dog is a mean dog. This dog bite. This dog stealing packages off people's porches. If you run around with them dogs, I know what kind of dog you are. I don't have to wonder. So sometimes you don't even have to watch people. You watch who they hang around, because you are your 5 closest friends. I always tell Christy this. Look, sometimes you just got to leave people by themselves, because you become who you hang around. You know what I'm saying? So you may be a good-hearted person. You start hanging around thieves, it's just a matter of time you're gonna be a thief too. If you a woman, that's why some women, I always tell some women this. Some women, they argue with their husbands or their boyfriends about who they hang. I don't want you hanging around her. Well, why not? She's a nice person. She may be nice. She may be a good person. But she's a woman of the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She a woman of the streets. She a night woman. She go to clubs. She do this. She do that. She's single. She's a nice person, but you a married woman. And now you got her as a friend. You got her best friend. They all friends. And now you want to run to the club with them because it's ladies' night? No, baby. And here's the reason why. Pamela Hamilton, thank you for your stars. Here's the reason why. Because if you keep hanging around these women, it's just a matter of time, you're going to start to be just like them. You're going to be just like them, because they're going to rub off on you. So I always tell people, hang around who you want to be. Hang around who you want to be like. If you want to be a nurse, I tell my kids this. I want to be a nurse, daddy. Well, I watch them. I'm like, okay, well, if you want to be a nurse, what are you doing to be a nurse? The first thing you got to do if you want to be a nurse, because who's going to teach you to be a nurse? It's going to be another nurse, whether you in school, whatever. If you go to college to be a nurse, somebody who's a nurse is going to teach you, because the person who's teaching that class, they had to have been a nurse because they couldn't teach you to be one, right? The people in that school is going to be nurses. Everybody who's going to teach you to be who you are, they going to have to be that. If you want to play basketball in the NBA, the person who going to coach you probably have used to be in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to law school, when you sit in front of the class learning to be a lawyer, it's going to always be somebody who used to be a lawyer who going to teach you that. So you got to hang around who you want to be. So if you want to be a millionaire, ain't nobody to teach me how to be a millionaire but a millionaire. But you can't show me how to be a millionaire if your ass is broke. So that's why I say watch who you hang around, because that's who you going to become. If you want to be stupid, hang around stupid people. You want to be smart, hang around smart people. Some of y'all can't make it in y'all life because you got the wrong crowd around you. Thank you, Brenda Vickers, for the stars. And it's not your fault. You just don't understand. You ain't making a come up in life because you hang around bad influence. If you want to be money, hang around money. Can't nobody show you about money but people with it, baby. If you want to be broke, hang around with broke people. It's just a matter of damn time. If you want to be an engineer, hang around one. You want to be a crackhead? Go down to the crack house. They the ones who can show you, and it's just a matter of time. You will be one of the best crackheads in town, baby. So you choose your friends wisely. That's why I don't hang around people. And it ain't got nothing to do with people being bad or good. You got some nice crackheads, baby. You got people who will rob you blind and they'll smile at you all day. Hey, some of them in the church. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all inviting that preacher over for some chicken is the reason why your man ain't right. Because he in your damn pocket. He got you and your husband arguing. Why you so mad at me? He's a preacher. Now, hey, somebody knows something about him, don't they? You can't keep your electric bill paid because you running down to the church feeding them too much. The Lord said, give and you shall receive. He also had, you better have some common sense too. Because the church thriving and your family suffering. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to step on somebody's toes. Some of you married to the preacher. The preacher got many wives. Got the one at home and he got 4 or 5 in the church. The church got new carpet, your carpet dirty. The church got a nice steeple on it. They keep it shined up. Your roof's about to fall in. And the only thing you doing is, well, the preacher said that we supposed to pay our... No, you better take care of your house first. You better take care of your husband. You better take care of your wife. You better make sure your flow ain't leaking before you go over there and put money in the church bun. But I'm going to leave that alone. We going to move on. Because I step on a lot of folk toes to get talking about that. You can't even take your kids to Disneyland, but you want to go, but you get to go with the church, don't you, right? Because they selling fish plates. Sell you some fish plates. That's another story. Sell you some fish plates. Take care of your own house first, baby. That's how I work with it. But anyway, how y'all guys doing, man? I just get on here and get to talking. Somebody say, you're speaking the truth. Well, some people might think I'm lying. I just speak it. I just talk it how it is, baby. Take care of you. Take care of yours. Take care of your family. That's how you do it. And I ain't quoting no Bible. Look. Somebody got on here a while ago and say you misquoting the Bible. A lot of people misquoted the Bible, baby. A lot of words in it been misquoted. It was misquoted before I spoke. You understand me? Some of it is. But I'm gonna leave that alone. So Christy, I hear the blow dry. Christy that blowing her hair. Okay. No, you are telling the truth. I think I am telling the truth. I think I'm telling the truth. I may be wrong. I may not. I don't know, man. Look, but see, as authentic as I am, let me say it. I'm gonna just talk about it. Let's talk about it. How about it? Let's talk about it. I'm gonna piss somebody off, but let's talk about it. Because I am one of those people that was talking about it, man. You know, it really bothers me how some of the churches in communities operate. And I'm going to speak coming from an African community mind frame, you know what I'm saying? Because I am an African American, so I'm going to speak on it like that. And then I'm talking about economics, because we are some religious people. Ever since we came off the boat, we have been some religious people, man. And when I say religious, I didn't say spiritual, I said religious. Religion is a man-made thing. It has nothing to do with God. God did not make religion. Religion, if you're a Baptist, God didn't tell you to be a Baptist. If you are, whatever you argue about because you have a belief system, because you are Catholic, you are Baptist, you are whatever it is you are, Muslim, that is a man-made thing. And all of this stuff that people argue about, these opinions about how they think God and how God thinks and how things are supposed to be, is just straight man-made stuff. That's it. And a lot of these doctrines that you read and a lot of these traditions that you do, you caught up in them because and most of it, you don't even realize the origin of it. You just following suit because your mama was this, your daddy was this. This is what you learned. You know what I mean? Nobody knows how to be authentic with themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows common sense. So, and one thing about us black people, the church has always been the backbone to our community because we suffered so much. You know, we came out of slavery, man, in 1865. Did we come out of slavery? No, we really didn't. What we done, we just went into another dimension, another level of existence, because we never come out of slavery. Because for 100 years, we was under the Jim Crow laws, which is a form of slavery itself. And so in today's, even right now in 2025, you look up here at these people in the White House, man, the whole people who in here, these Donald Trump people and these supporters, man, they want to disenfranchise every damn thing that happened in 1965. Man, y'all understand, if y'all ain't watching, man, so while you sitting up here watching Kendrick Lamar talking about he not like us, they not like us. What's his name? Kendrick Lamar. He not like us. Kendrick Lamar, whatever his damn name is. You know, that's what the focus is, the Super Bowl. While y'all watching the Super Bowl, Donald Trump flying over there signing bills, while you paying attention to all the other stuff that don't make no damn sense in your life, man. You know, these people up in the White House, they trying to disenfranchise every people of color that you can see. It ain't just, don't just think it starts with the Mexicans, baby, because when they get through dealing with the Mexicans, if you keep them in charge, they coming for your ass next. You understand? We just at the bottom of the barrel, we done had our revolution, so they ain't gonna touch us right now. But you just keep on letting them gain power. You let them kick these people out. You let them do this, and don't never think we can't get back in the days where your grandma and your great grandma them used to be. Because this man up here in the White House now, baby, look, he ain't gonna quit till he dead after he got people following him, baby. And you can see what's going on right now. Damn Kendrick Lamar, damn Drake. I ain't giving a damn about no Super Bowl. It's all entertainment. But you're letting that shit distract you from what's going on. They trying to disenfranchise you, baby. They making laws right now trying to disenfranchise everything that Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, any of these black leaders done. They is trying to disenfranchise that. And they ain't doing it by mouth. They doing it on paper. See, back in the day, they used to call you a nigga. They don't call you a nigga now. All they do is sign it in the law now, baby. They moving that pen. That pen is going to, you got people up in the Supreme Court right now. You got 4 Supreme Court justices right now that I guarantee you, if they was to vote for our ass to go back to slavery, 4 of them will vote for it. I know that for damn sure. And so y'all need to pay attention as a black people, man. We need to pay attention to what the hell is going on, because it's easy to watch the bully whoop somebody else, but bullies, they don't like nobody. It's just a matter of time before they come for your ass, right? So don't think because they sending these Latino people back and they got these laws, baby, it'll be you next. See, they ain't gonna send us back to Africa. That ain't how they gonna get your ass. Here's how they gonna get your ass. They gonna get you on paper. They gonna disenfranchise them laws that was wrote back in 1965. You know what I'm saying? Them voting laws. And once they get them laws, see, they trying to disenfranchise all that stuff. They start with this DII stuff. You know, all these stores following suit. Y'all just pay attention to what's going on, man. Y'all saying it's a distraction. Before long, I guarantee you, it's going to be something wrote down where they're going to be talking about, we need to get these voting laws back in order. You know, these black people do. And then once they do that, we going backwards. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the leaders back in the day, they understood the assignment, man. They went on call. They was doing things. We ain't doing none of this shit. We just sitting back watching this man do this shit. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar, the biggest thing going on the internet right now is they not like us. They not like us. No, they ain't like us, goddammit. And you better wake up and realize that they ain't like us. That's the reason why these white folks been running y'all ass since we got off the boat. They ain't like us. You understand that? That's what the hell you need to be understanding. Y'all run over here, Kendrick Lamar, they not like us. A minor, all that bullshit in your brain, surfing the internet. And meanwhile, he flying over the damn thing, changing laws, changing the name of oceans and shit. Why the damn Super Bowl was going on? Donald Trump was in the air before he got there, flying over the Gulf of Mexico and changed it to the Gulf of America. The same thing that happened with your voting rights if you paying attention. Now y'all mess around here and let the NBA finals come on next year, and he'll be flying over the stadium taking your voting rights against you while you over here talking about who winning the dunk contest, while you watching the Super Bowl, while you over here watching Drake and Kendrick Lamar diss each other. Why they got the world's famous tennis player on stage crip walking? He signing your voting rights against your ass. You better wake the hell up. Y'all understand me? That's what we need to focus on, man. Quit letting these folks distract you about shit. They got this damn food on TV. He over here disenfranchising a whole government movement. They finna disenfranchise the IRS. This fool is trying to disenfranchise everything he can, man. And you next. But you know how it changes? With that damn vote. That's what messes up everything. See, that's the reason why I don't think he in the White House right now because people voted for him in. I think he's there because we missed out on it. We missed out on it. We missed out on it. You know what I'm saying? They not like us, baby. You better understand that.
It's just a song.
Say what, Mariah? Just a song?
Yes.
I know it is. Y'all better wake the hell up, man, because I'm scared for my children. You know what I'm saying? Don't think we can't go backwards. This fool over here, he making friends with all these damn dictators in the world, man. Calling people dictators who ain't. Y'all better wake up, man. And then I said the fooling just started well before Kendrick. I know that. Now I understand Kendrick Lamar, he's a nice person. He made a good point at the Super Bowl. I'm not trying to knock anything he done down. But what I'm trying to say is that ain't the focus. That ain't the focus, because while all that distraction going on, there's something else going on the other side. You got to pay attention to both dogs. You can't pay attention to one dog because another dog come from behind you. He the one going to tear your ass up. You know what I'm saying? The dog you don't see be the one to bite your ass. So while you paying attention to this dog, you better have a peripheral view and look all around you because there's another dog on your ass. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say, baby. That's all I'm trying to say. What's up, Christy? Christy coming in here, y'all. Right. Oh, yeah, I got something. I got a package I need to open up, man. I always do this. This is from Sharita Jones. You know, Sharita Jones been following us for a long time. And I think I was worried about this package getting stole because I told y'all when y'all send packages to us, a lot of them been getting ripped open. And so we thought this was one of them because I think Sharita sent this a while back and it was late. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be one of those packages. It's gonna come in. It's gonna be ripped in. I don't know. There was a black package sitting right there. Over here. What's that right there? Oh, okay. So yeah, it came in. So Sharita Jones, I'm gonna open this up because I like to open up my stuff in front of y'all. Tina Constance, hello, Chrissy Thomas. How are you doing? She getting her hair together, y'all. She gonna be in here in a minute. We gotta cook breakfast. We ain't ate nothing this morning, y'all. So today we gonna come on, man. We still getting y'all seasons out, and then we still doing what we doing. So yeah, this is what Sharita. It's 4 cars in here. I imagine it's something for the kids. I think this is some birthday present that showed up kind of late. So this is the big load. So Sharita Jones, if you watching, I got your package and we appreciate it. So I'm gonna open mine up. I'm gonna let the kids open theirs up. This is for Tobias. This is for Alyssa. And this is for Mariah. So Mariah has Alyssa, Mariah, Tobias, and Big Low. So I think they all birthday gifts because Christy's not in here because Christy's birthday is in July. So So Sharita, I appreciate it. So I'm gonna open up mine. I'll let them open up theirs on their own. I don't open up other people's gifts because it's a felony. I don't trust them. So here's a card that Sharita Jones sent me. She's been following us for a long time, man. We appreciate it. It says, every day is a gift, but especially this one because it's yours. That's a nice card, man. I like that card. Pretty card. What? It says, it's a day for celebrating life and how you live it. A day for celebrating you and the blessings you are to so many people. Happy birthday. Enjoy your special day from Sharita Jones. So that's from Sharita Jones. And my birthday was February the 17th, by the way. It's already passed. Like I said, this came in late because of whatever. But, thank you. It made it. I'm glad they didn't steal it out of the mail because we had a few people who sent me these things and it never made it here, man. So I'm going to do something and send y'all some spices or something, man, because I hate that y'all had to lose your money. But Sharita Jones, I appreciate it, man. Because fishing season is in effect and this will go, trust me, it'll go to a good cause, baby. Because I'm probably going fishing tomorrow. So thank you, Sharita Jones. I'll let yeah, you can open yours. So Mariah says she want to open hers too. Donette Banks said, oh, well, you didn't want to hear him speak, then please log off. I ain't paying no attention to that. Get yours. Yours is right there in that stack. I don't pay no attention to that negativity stuff. So I'm going to let Mariah open hers up. Let's put her up here. Say, what's up?
Hi.
Yeah, you open up your gift. That's from Sharita Jones. She sent you a birthday present, I'm sure.
Let the birthday begin. Ooh.
You gotta read the card first.
I know. I was just saying.
Just tell her thank you. She sent you a birthday present. Say thank you. $10. That's great.
Wishing you a day filled with fun and a year filled with happiness. From
Sharita Jones.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Sharita, man. Thank you for the birthday shenanigans, man. We appreciate it. Marianne Taylor said, God is in control. Yes, God is always in control, baby. Always in control. Gail Boy said, blessings from Thomas family. Hey, man, any of y'all want to come on live? I ain't got nothing to do. Wait, no, creature. We probably going to cook some breakfast here in a minute, man. Even though it's whatever time it is, we haven't ate nothing yet. I'm going to say, I can hardly wait to order. Well, you can go order. We have seasonings available right now to some of y'all guys who are asking about it. You can go to TennesseeSoul.store. You can order season, man. Now, we got a lot of orders we got to get out here. Probably starting today, we're going to get some orders out because then we probably going to halt down on the website for about at least a few days because we plan on moving Friday. Next Friday, that's when we plan on actually moving and staying the first night in our new home, which we'll show y'all that when we get there.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, we'll be moving next Friday. But we'll be moving every day, but we'll actually be moving out next Friday. And then after that, we'll come back and forth. We'll be cleaning out the house back and forth. But we plan on doing that. Tina Collins said, I do Big Low. Put me on live. Give me a request, Tina Collins. We appreciate it. All you got to do is hit that request button down there. Because, yeah, we'll do that, man. I ain't got nothing else to do, man. I go live and talk to some y'all. Annette Nostalgia said, I get tired of being discriminated against, but here we are. I don't get to make a choice in the matter. Compassion goes a long way. If you are tired of hearing about people trying to be an advocate, to be positive change in the world. That's right. That's it, man. Just in your own way. You know, you don't have to be a Martin Luther King. You don't have to be a Malcolm X. You don't have to be a Rosa Parks. You know, those are icons that make great change. But see, we are small in our small way. Just like you don't have to be the best family in the world to change. Change starts at a personal level. You may not never be heard of, man. You know what I'm saying? You may only be heard of local. You know, some of these towns that we live in, they only have, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people in them. That's what make America. I mean, that's what make this. America is made from small towns. Now, of course, when you think of everything, you think of the big cities, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, San Antonio, Miami, Nashville, those are the big, and that's where you get the media focuses on that. And that's where the population is, especially up north in New York City and, New Jersey and, all these places you hear when the presidential election goes on. We call them swing states, those battle states. Those get focused on because that's where the population of people is. But you know what? This person in office now, that's not what swept it. It's the small towns across America. You know what I'm saying? It's the little Lexington, Tennessees. It's the little bitty towns in Atlanta. It's the little bitty towns that's around Detroit, man. It's those sub towns around the big cities. Those people make up the majority of the country. And see, that's where change comes at. Change starts in your small area where your mayor is, where your alderman is, you know what I'm saying, where your city council is. You start to make those changes first. Instead, see, we focus on the president a lot, and that's great to focus on it. But the president, his power is this, man. His power is going to change. After 4 years to 8 years, they get a new president. That's been going on since George Washington. But see, your mayor can be in control for all his life. So some of y'all are shut down in your own hometown. You ain't got to worry about the federal government ain't what's shutting you down. What's shutting a lot of you down is that you fail to pay attention to what's going on in your hometown. It's your city council. You'll pay attention every 4 years to this president election, but you fail to see who's representing your city council. You fail to represent who's representing you as an alderman, what your mayor is doing, the jobs coming in and out of your local place. That's where you focus at first. And you may not be the type where you're going to be on the news. You ain't got to be famous to make change, because the thing about it is, when you make change in your hometown, somebody make change in their hometown, you change the dynamics of where you live at, and you put all that together, that changes the dynamic of the federal. Because see, the states is where it's at. Your state representative. You got state representative, you got city council, you got aldermen, you got governors. Start from the bottom, man. You know what I'm saying? And just work your way up. Control what your kids do. Sometimes you got to start with the principal down at your school who bullying your kids. You got racist principals. You got racist teachers. You know what I'm saying? We done dealt with that, man. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes changing your own community spreads out. You know what I'm saying? Just like when Martin Luther King and all them was doing they marching, they started in them small towns. That's where most of this stuff started at. It didn't start, then it led all the way up to where it got national, to where they led themselves to Washington. But see, all them people who went to the Million Man March, they didn't all live in Washington, baby. That was a movement that started just like on the other side of it. When they jumped the White House, when Trump was 2000, that didn't start in Washington. That started down here in my hometown, Lexington, Tennessee. I could be up at the food giant about a week before that shit happened. I was around the meat section at my local food giant where they end up 8,000 people in this town, and you can hear them saying, "Man, things gonna change on the day of the inauguration. I was hearing this. We gonna show them." See, they was on the internet. They was on websites. They drew themselves together from little towns like this right here. They got on buses and they went to Washington. See, that's where it started. That's where change started. Talking to your local people, building up a game and going out. And when 100 people from your small town show up at a doorstep, and you got 10,000 small towns where 150 people got on a bus and came there, that's a movement. See what I'm saying? That's what we feeling as a people at. Quit focusing on the president, man. Change starts right there where you live at. You know what I'm saying? That's where you change. That's where you can change, because you move here, somebody else move there. That's a movement. That's a movement, baby. So, and you may never be known that you done that. You can start something in your own hometown, and you can get a buzz of people. Hey, we going over here. We gonna do this. And you know what? When you get there, you got 10,000 other people who done the same thing in their small town. You won't get no media press about it. But the thing about it is, you was a movement by yourself, baby. Cause that 150 people was a game. A million man, the Million Man March that was black men that went to Washington, that started right here in these little small towns. But hey, I'm going to the Million Man March. Who want to ride with me? Right. See, a colony of ants, baby, start with one ant. walking right behind another ant, walking behind another ant. That's how armies start, baby. One person walking behind the other. That's how Hitler almost took over the world. One march at a time. You understand me what I'm saying? You focus on the big things too much. Focus on the small shit. Because when a fire start, baby, it start with one flame. It don't take nothing but a spark to burn down some shit. Them fires in California, baby, they started with a fire about big as that couch right there. That's all it started. And the conditions was just right. The wind got behind that flame, picked it up, and next thing you know, it burnt down a whole. Y'all hear me? That's energy, baby. That's where movement start. Movement start with a flame, and you never know if you might just be that damn flame to start some shit that can burn some shit down. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't never know. You don't ever know. And so the more flames that the more sparks you got, the more likely to start a forest fire. You understand what I'm saying? One flame might not do it, but if enough of us start a spark in your hometown, start a spark in your hometown, the majority of them sparks gonna get put out. But it don't take nothing but one wind to get behind one of them sparks, baby. And next thing you know, you done moved the whole, you done got a forest fire started. Martin Luther King was a spark. You understand what I'm saying? Malcolm X was a spark. Rosa Parks was a spark. You understand what I'm saying? Do you hear me? Rosa Parks from my hometown. She said on the bus, she said, I ain't getting up. But you know what? A lot of people probably done that in their hometown. They got beat down, put in jail, never heard of. Rosa Parks was one spark that the wind got behind, damn it. And guess what? It blew some shit down. It burnt some shit down. Now you able to get your ass on whatever bus you want to, right? Because it took one spark to spark something. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all about it, man. Just be a movement somewhere. And if enough of us move, you might get one of us to spark something. Rosa Parks was a spark. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say, man. That's all I'm trying to say. But anyway, somebody said, let me see if somebody sent me a request. Lisa Collins, I'm going to see if you sent me a request. I'm going to see if I can get you on. I don't see no request going on right now. I might be able to pull you up. Lisa, I'm gonna see if I can send you one, Lisa. I don't see you on. Yeah, I did. I got you, Lisa. Lisa Collins. I sent you a request. In case you don't know how to do it yourself, Lisa Collins, if you're watching, I just sent you a request. I just sent you a request. So if you accept it, man, you'll be able to come on. We got 915 people on. I want to talk to somebody, man. I'm bored. I'm trying to wait till Christy get through. My coffee done got cold. Huh? What you mean they ain't waiting on you? They waiting on you. Everybody asked about you. What Christy at? What Chris? Yeah, but I've been live for 45 minutes. They still asking about you. What Christy at? What Christy at? Oh, Lisa said it might be Tina, not me. Oh, I thought it might have been okay, it might have been Tina Collins. I got you. I'm sorry, Lisa. Lisa said it wasn't her. Marcella Lucas said, but the president has affected people's job. I have people in church that lose their job. Got to think about that. I'm sorry, we got to think about people. Well, yeah, man. You know, yeah, he did. He disenfranchised. Now, here's why I stand on that part, man. I think he going about it wrong. I do believe that the government throws away a lot of damn money, man. I know this for sure. And this is on the federal government, which is not their money, it's tax people's money, it's our money. And I can attest to that myself because I used to haul for FEMA. You know, FEMA is an organization that deals with natural disasters. You know, that's a government agency. FEMA is run by the government. When I had my own truck, I was contracted through FEMA, where when natural disasters hit, like tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever, I would get called up on, and we would go into these disaster spots. So I done been down in Houston. Whenever there was a major disaster, mainly hurricanes and tornadoes. I done a lot of coast driving, Florida, Texas, Corpus Christi, places like that, man. You know, where these hurricanes and tornadoes hit, and so I have been on Army bases. Like you see this shirt I got on. It says Air Force, right? Okay, Air Force.
down in San Antonio. I can give you one example of what I'm saying about government waste. And this goes across the whole board. When I was hauling for FEMA, I had a trailer. I was a one-man, one-truck guy. I had one trailer. And so I used that trailer to haul and pick up loads all around the United States. Well, they had a hurricane that hit Texas. And so the Air Force Base, I'm not going to name the Air Force Base, but it was an Air Force Base down in San Antonio where I was summoned to pick up a load of water. Because, you know, whenever a disaster hit, they need water, they need generators, they need food products, they need building supplies. I had a load of water. That was one of the main things they needed from the bat. They needed water because the water supply was down. And so I got to San Antonio. I went to it. The government took over a whole Air Force base, and they staged up trailers to come there to drop water off. And it was so many coming that they couldn't handle them right then and there. So what they said, hey, when I got there, I thought I was just going to drop the water off, you know, get unloaded, couple hours, be on up out of there. Well, when I got there was a line. I stayed in line for probably, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 hours. When I got there, the soldier said, we're going to need you to park your trailer right here. Now, this is my trailer, only trailer I had. And we're going to need you to drop your trailer. I said, well, how long is it going to take y'all to unload me? Well, we're not going to unload you. What we're going to do, we're going to take your name and we're going to take your number. We got all your information. When we get it unloaded, we'll call you. I said, well, I can't leave my trailer down here. And I'm talking to the government. This is FEMA. I got a load of water. Now, even though I picked that load up, it's in my possession. Once I get there with it and they sign off on it, now it's in their possession. So this trailer now is in the government's possession. I can't argue with them. I said, well, I can't leave my trailer because this is how I make a living. I got to have my trailer to haul. Well, here's what we going to do. You know what they done? They said, we'll have you unloaded within 30 days. I said, 30 days? I said, no, I can't do that. I need my trailer. This is how I make a living. They said, we'll pay you $500 a day. This is tax people's money. And you got to think how many trailers was down there. They was going to pay me, they did pay me $500 a day for my trailer to sit there. And when we get now, mind me, the load that I had, I made $3,000 just from that load. And that load came from Memphis, Tennessee, and it went to San Antonio. Okay. I got it down there in a day. Okay. $3,000 is what that load paid me. That's just to get it there. That's one trip from Memphis, Tennessee. Now, normally that load wouldn't cost that much, but this is a government load. They paying taxpayers money. So these brokers, when they get on the phone, they start negotiating with these companies and they don't have no budget. Why? Because we, the people, is paying for this. It's not coming out of no executive's pocket. This ain't coming out of no CEO company. This is coming from the taxpayers' money. And this happens every time a natural disaster. The government thing is we need to get this water down there. That's it. It don't matter how much it costs them because the money comes from us and we have billions and billions of money flowing through the economy for FEMA, right? So for $500 a day, they kept my trailer. By the way, I went and I got another trailer because there's other companies, they move trailers around. They buy trailers. So I got on the internet and I found a guy down in San Antonio who said, if you can get my trailer from San Antonio to Virginia and I give you a month to do it, he bought a lot of trailers. So he said, if you can just get my trailer, you can use my trailer just as long as it's here at a certain time. So I did that. That's what I did. I got a trailer and I used it for a month while they had my trailer. Finally, me and Christy was on vacation. They called me. They said, hey, Mr. Thomas, we down here in San Antonio. This is such and such Air Force Base. We got your trailer available. We'll cut your check. Man, did you not know how much money they paid me? And I didn't do shit. I was still working as they done this. My trailer was just sitting there. They got it unloaded. That load of water, I got paid $3,000 to deliver it. I think it was, what, $15,000? Something like that they paid me just to let my trailer sit there. Now you got to think, if that's one trailer, there was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trailers that were staged at this earth. Do you not know how much money that is? And this happens every day. And that's just one way that the government wastes money. Now, does it get the job done? Yes, it does. but at no cost. And that wasn't the first time that happened. I hauled a lot of FEMA loads. I can tell you some stories that's crazy, and you think about, really, when it comes down to how much the government wastes. And that's just one organization. That's just FEMA. So he's trying to disenfranchise that. So in a way, I understand, because everything DT does is not negative. It's just the way he goes at it. The fact that he got this Musk guy in here controlling it, that's one thing I don't agree with, but that's just my opinion. But there's a way to disenfranchise government, because you got a lot of people who have these jobs, man. And a lot of people do have jobs where they feed their families. And the fact that they working and they may not be what you call needed, that's one thing. But there's a way to do it. He just going in and just firing people, man. And they ain't getting no kind of servants paid, nothing. They not getting nothing done. They just firing them off the spot. And they doing it, and they tell them that it's the reason why is because of uh the way their work environment. They're not being productive, but none of them has been evaluated. You know what I'm saying? Usually in a white collar position, especially with the government, you get evaluated so often to see what kind of work you're doing. None of these people been evaluated. They just got fired, man, for no reason. And so they just losing their jobs. But so if you go across the government, and so the reason why we in such debt, you say we in trillions of dollars in debt, the reason why is because the majority of that money is because of government waste. I do believe that. I do believe that. You know, Biden wasted money. He gave trillions, billions of dollars to Ukraine to fight Russia. And right now, and if you look at the news, you can see where when Biden, who was when he was doing these foreign affairs, a lot of our allies, like Ukraine is one of them. They are allies. That's the reason why they got a lot of money from Biden, man, to fight Russia. Now that Trump is in there, he ain't as friendly as Biden. So he's trying to, you see right now what he's doing, where he's making a deal with Russia. Him and Putin, they having meetings, and they trying to resolve this Ukraine and Russia deal, but they don't want the president of Ukraine to be involved. Right? They say he ain't got nothing to say in it. And I can understand that, because, and you know what he said? I ain't making no kind of negotiation with y'all if I can't sit at the table. But Biden done gave you all this damn money. You know, all the money Biden gave Ukraine. You know how much, if he were to stick that into the economy, what that would do? Biden wasted a lot of money. Now this guy's pissed off, and Donald Trump trying to disenfranchise that. He said, you ain't getting no more money, and we finna resolve this. That's it. And then he told him, he said, I'll tell you what, you know what, Donald, and I'm gonna tell you, this is some gangster shit right here, man. I'm getting Hey, I love to talk about this shit, man. I usually don't talk about politics, but let me tell you something. He told the leader of Ukraine, here's what's up, Tobias? He said, here's what's going to happen. He said, I want to take they got a lot of minerals over there. They got a lot of minerals. A lot of these countries we get minerals from, we get a lot of resources from. And one of the things is we get a lot of minerals from there. They got a lot of minerals. He said, I want to take the money that you make on minerals, I want half of it. That's what he told him. He said, that's it. He said, are you crazy? We're not doing that. Man, he a gangster. That's some gangster shit right there, man. But that's just how the United States work, man. So that's what I'm trying to say. This man up here, he trying to disenfranchise everybody. Foreign people, everybody. He taking all of our allies and making enemies with them. Canada, he putting these traits on Canada, man. You know, Canada buy a lot of whiskey from us. You know, Kentucky bourbon, we right next door, man. He putting these tariffs on them. He putting tariffs on China. This man don't give a damn. And that's why I try to tell y'all, when he get done dealing with this shit that he thinks an emergency, when he get through rushing all these Latinos off from here that he think ain't supposed to be here, when he get through dealing with all of our allies that we done made friends with to help us out in the world, he coming for your ass next. We just last on the list, baby. That's why I tell you to wake up. But hopefully he'll be gone by that time, man. If he don't put nobody else in his place, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it is, man. But y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Somebody, let me see if somebody sent me a request. No, man, I ain't got no request. So Christy, she's Leonard Watts. Let me see, he was on. No. All right. Somebody said, hello, Big Low. We in debt because they got rich people tax cuts. That's one. Well, that's part of it, man, but that ain't all of it, man. It's a lot of reasons we in debt, baby. What you say, Christy? So here come Christy, man. I'm gonna turn y'all over to her for a minute. Y'all ain't talking. I've been on here for a damn hour. I'm gonna let Christy talk for a minute. So Christy is, if y'all stay here, Christy is next on the microphone. She done got her clothes on. She got her hair done.
I am not next on the microphone.
So here come Christy. Ooh, I like that hairstyle. That's pretty.
Thank you.
She done I didn't know she done that. She done something to her hair. I like that. That's real pretty. So y'all, without further ado,
anyway, I got things.
Here's my pretty wife, Christy. She's out of the shower. She's got her hair done. And so I'm going to let her, y'all finna have Christy right now. Y'all don't hear enough of me. I've spoken what I had to say today. So here, I'm going to comment. I think this might be an interesting comment. Terry Lewis said, that's Terry Lewis. I'm going to read hers anyway. She said, Claudette Colvin refused to give up her seat before Rosa. I just found out about Black History Month. Hey, that's a good one. I appreciate that one. Michelle Patricia said, hey, Big Low, can you please let Christy know that I sent an email about my order? She's right here. I'm going to let her have the mic. Terry, Tricia. So here you go. You got here. Take the mic. All right, y'all. Here we go. Christy's on.
Why?
Because you why?
What's up, y'all? I just got out the shower. I had to wash my hair this morning. I had things to do. How y'all doing? Good morning, good afternoon. What time is it? 1:18. I'm hungry. I'm going to fix us something to eat. We're going to get back to packing. I hope you guys have had a good Saturday so far. Hope you had a good week all week. Sorry we hadn't been on. As y'all know, we're moving. So let me get this mic on. So we have been hard at it trying to get things packed up because the intentions is to move on Friday. So, hey, look at Shabana. How are you doing, sis? So that's what we're doing right now. I'm trying to get ready to throw together something to eat really fast. Thank you, Judy. This is a piece I just opened it. Of course, you know I had to style it. I got it off Amazon. Just a cute little piece.
You got to let them see.
But it's just, I mean, I got it bunched up and stuff. I mean, it's long and it was like real curly. I took it and kind of brushed it and kind of made it kind of fluffy a little bit. And what it is I'm sure a lot of y'all watch this person on TV. One of the people that is she's a powerhouse. I love her. Her show is on TLC, Married to Real Estate. Egypt Sherrod. I absolutely love that woman and her husband. Y'all know I love remodeling shows. So those kind of shows, and she had a hairstyle similar to this. So I bought a piece that was similar to it. And I loved it. I was like, I'm gonna do that. So I just bought the piece on Amazon. I think this piece.
You got it from?
Yeah.
That lady.
Mm-hmm.
She got her hair like that.
It was, well, she had it all poofy in the back, but it didn't look right on me. So I had to pin it up and do a little something different to it. But that's where I kind of got the inspiration for the hairstyle. Teresa Random Mouse says moving. Yes. For those of you who did not know. Hey, Lisa Collins. You love her too, Leah? I do. I love watching her show. I was watching it that's what I've been going to sleep to the last couple of nights. She's in Atlanta, for those of you who don't know. But she's a powerhouse. I love that lady. So yes, for those of you who didn't know, we are moving. We've got us a new home, and it's been a long time coming. So just know we are moving and getting up out of here, baby. It's time. We've been living in here for 18 years. It is time to go. Karen Johnson says, tell us about your new house. In due time. In due time. Y'all get to see the house and all that good stuff. Bernie Sparks says, Christy, your hair is gorgeous. Well, thank you. Thank you. Mary Lester says, I love her too. I do. Married to Real Estate. That is one of my favorites. Yes, he is David Cook. Of course he's a movie. Of course our son is going with us. Where do you think he's going to go? He's going to stay here. Lois Chisholm says, your hair is pretty. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vanessa. We appreciate that. So I don't know what this man has been in here talking to y'all about. I heard Elon Musk and DT, and I heard a whole bunch just back and forth because I washed my hair up and blow drying my hair and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Lucille Williams, hello. I hope you are having a good day. I hope you're feeling well today. But I mean, I just came in here.
Well, you don't said you're gonna cook something.
I mean, I'm just gonna throw together some sandwiches. We got stuff to do today.
We'll come back on and go back live with that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cook. I'm gonna throw together some sausage and some bacon or something and make some sandwiches real quick. So we can. Yeah, we're still in Lexington. Yeah, I know you're going fishing. Yeah.
I'm going fishing tomorrow. You know that, man.
Oh, so yeah, that's right. She was on radio, LO Royal. Of course, I don't live in. Yeah, we're still in Lexington, huh?
What's her name?
Egypt Sherrod. She was a radio. She talks about it on her show that she was a radio host
Podcast.
I don't know. And I just know she speaks
Black
about
lady?
being on. Yeah, you know
Oh.
the show that I watched, the black lady and her husband on TLC, the
Oh yeah.
doing the remodeling stuff. I love her.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I love her. Yes, Willie, we are still right here in Tennessee. Yes, we are. Annette says I'm sitting here with my conditioner. Hey, I done it all. I washed it, I conditioned it, and I blow dried it out. Y'all see, I done selected back. Put me a piece in, and let's roll for the day, y'all. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Sandra says she loves watching Egypt too. I do. I love watching her. I think it's always funny when her and Mike, when he tries to tell you can't do this, but she wants to do it anyway. I think it's really cute. But we're gonna get out of here. I gotta go ahead and fix some food. 1,000
No,
beautiful
we're
people.
gonna come back. We're gonna
Huh?
go live with you cooking. You always come in
Okay.
to end the show. That's what you do. You come in to end the
Because
show.
you've been on for an hour and you
But
caught me
you can't
literally
you can't come in and end my
You
show.
literally caught me coming
You just
in.
come on talk to me and talking about we're gonna let y'all go.
Well, you don't want to turn it over to me.
I tell you to end the show.
Well, here, I'm trying to outlook. I got things to do.
Okay, you end the show. 10 minutes. That's what you do right there. I'm gonna end the show. I'm gonna let y'all go. How you gonna end my show? Well, come on.
What are you talking about?
What she do? She gonna come into I'm gonna let y'all go. I don't want to give you the mic.
Well, you got me the mic.
I thought she might talk to y'all for a minute. I'm gonna let y'all go. I got shit to do.
I do.
We all got shit to do. Y'all, we're gonna let y'all go. We're gonna come back on. Christopher the cook. Look, we ain't ate no breakfast this morning. What time is it anyway? Let me see. It is 1:25 almost. So I got my coffee here, but I always wait till I get hungry before I eat, man. So I'm gonna eat something. Erica said Christy has things to do with. Hey, I'm going fishing tomorrow. That's all I can tell you. It's finally gonna be in the 50s tomorrow, and it's been cold. And I got the Sunday and Monday, maybe even Tuesday. Lord have mercy, it's gonna be hard because we moving. I might not. I personally might not get back to moving. I got nighttime to move. See, I do things after it get dark. That's when my mind settles down because I can't do nothing outside in the dark. Man, you know what I'm saying? So that's probably what I'm gonna do. But tomorrow I'm fishing. I'm fishing Sunday, probably Monday, probably Tuesday, probably Wednesday. Chris ain't saying nothing about that. I'm gonna put my grown kids to work. That's what they gonna do. Creature said she worked better alone anyway. That's why I like to hear, damn it. I get on her nerves so damn much, she want me to go. I get up early in the morning, I'm going fishing. All the kids, they be standing up like, bye, daddy. They don't give a damn. They want me gone, damn it. They said he got to go. Elaine said, we want to see her cook. Well, Elaine, I'm going to let you see her cook, but I'm going to get off for a minute. And we're gonna come back because this video has been too damn long. So give us about 30 minutes. We'll come back. Somebody said, "Are you moving close to the lake, Big Low?" I'm close to the lake anywhere, but we got how many? We got 7 lakes, and no matter what side of town I'm on, I'm always close to a lake. I would never move nowhere where I can't be with no water, baby. I'm right next to the damn river. I ain't nothing but 30 minutes from the river in any direction I move into, baby. I ain't never going too far from the water. Water is a source of life for me. You won't never have to worry about shit burning down where I live at because I'm going to be about some water, baby. Somebody said no fishing until after you move. You's alive. You told it. You a whole lie. I don't have to stop my life because I'm doing moving is just a job, baby. There ain't nothing to do. But yeah, I'm going to be fishing. I got to fish. I can't do nothing about it. I'm mad that I ain't been fishing in 2 weeks, man. It's been cold, but Lord have mercy, I'm about to die. And Christy arguing, the kid looking at me like I'm crazy. I got to have at least a couple of days to relax my brain. I got to see when I go fishing, man. That just relaxes me. I'm out here on the water. It's like I'm in a whole nother dimension. You know how you dream and your mind goes into another dimension, and you go to sleep. That's how your soul gets refreshed. When you go to sleep here in the physical world, you wake up in the 4th dimension. See, that's why y'all be dreaming about dragons and shit chasing you and jumping off cliffs and meeting your dead people. That's called your soul is just your soul woke up. That's all you do when you go to sleep. It's kind of opposite. Like right now, I'm woke, but over there, my soul is asleep. I'm asleep. But you know, time don't exist in the 4th dimension. There's no such thing as time. So to live 80, 90, 100 years over here, you would sleep. You would just sleep for about 8 hours. That's all it was. So whenever you go to sleep and you let your mind relax and your body goes out, you dead, baby. You dead. And over there in the fourth dimension, that's when your other part of you wakes up and you just flow around, and that's where you dream. Some of you remember it, some of you don't. But if you can remember where you was, then that's where you was. Some of y'all meet your dead parents, your dead grandparents, because they over there too. You might remember, I just dreamed about my mama. Now you just visited your mama. That's all you done. And then you woke up and you came back to this reality. But you exist in both realities, man. You know, you just go back and forth, back and forth. Now, when you stay over there, it's when you die. Now, when you die, when you do a physical death, now you over there, you woke up for a long time. You just woke up, your day started. And then you get to come back and do another day. But I know that sounds crazy, but it is what it is. Somebody said not fair to fish. Somebody without a profile picture said that. Uh-oh, you done draw Christy, Marcella Lucas. You done draw Christy back in here. I didn't say nothing. Somebody said it ain't fair for me to fish while you moving, I guess. I'm gonna let Christy handle that.
Why is it not fair to fish while we're moving? We're living, right? So, like, I may not do nothing tomorrow. So, what would be the difference? If I choose to not pack a bag, pack a box, if I choose to sit down and play on my game or talk on the phone all day or sleep all day, that's our choice. We got
Why do you feel the need to address that?
because it just touched my it just hurt it just bothered my spirit.
Why?
It just bothered my spirit for some reason. I don't know why. That bothered my spirit, y'all. It did. Because we are free people. And we can do whatever we want, whenever we want.
But I think it comes down to the fact that everybody think I'm a lazy bum. They think I don't do shit, I think.
Whatever.
Like all Big Low do is just have fun and fish. Christy always at the house doing shit.
Whatever.
I think that's people's projection of us.
We free over here. We free over here. We fly by the seat of our pants a lot of times, and it's okay. Because guess what? In the end, as long as you get what you got to get done. And first of all, mind the business that pay you.
I don't know where the hell that come from. I ain't got nothing to do with that conversation. My name is Big. My name Big Low. I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Hey, yeah, I'm. She said y'all try to speak. She said that lady was trying to speak undercover about her husband. Christy don't play about her husband, y'all. Y'all don't come for Christy husband now. Christy love me, y'all. Don't y'all understand that? You know, some women get on here and some women got it against men, period. And so they feel like if they can speak your man, that you will get on their side. But see, everybody ain't pissed off at their man, baby. You got to understand that. Some people really don't understand that. So it's because I see now I do a lot of watching on Facebook, and I know some other content creators who got men in their life. And matter of fact, I know this one particular, and I'm not gonna say no name, but y'all gonna probably know who I'm talking about. I've been following her for a long time. And matter of fact, I am gonna say her name because I'm not talking nothing negative about it. I'm gonna say her name. Aisha. Y'all know Aisha. I was watching Aisha before we became content creators because she always had some nice food. She made a lot of reels and they went viral. She got like over like 1.5 million followers. I was watching her for a long time. And ever since I watched her, she's always been a single lady because I don't know the history of her relationship, but that's not none of my business. But I just watch her and I know she got kids and I think she got a grandchild. And so I always watched her, man. And she was a real nice lady and she made some nice food. Don't never go on people like, I don't make a notion to go on content creator like, I like they do their thing and I just watch from a distance. I don't comment, I don't say much. I don't like to draw that attention to our show. I let them do what they do. But she always done what she done. But here recently she got married, right? She got married. Congratulations to Aisha and her marriage. And her husband, I think he's a real cool dude, man. He owns his own business. He has a business where he does I think like carpenter work. He's a contractor. Real nice guy. I think say they've been knowing each other since they was young, and they just kind of hooked up recently because they finally realized that person is for me. Some people do that in their life, man. You don't ever know who in front of you. You know what I mean? And you can be, your soulmate can be right beside you your whole life and you never realize it. And then when you get 40, 50 years old, it's like, boop. I think that's kind of what happened with them. They kind of like realized that. So, but y'all follow her for a long time, and y'all, and most of the people on here is women. You got very few men. I mean, I'm not saying it's a lot of men on here, but the ratio of men and women is big, 80-20, something like that. But when that lady got married and she introduced her husband, man, y'all women, y'all went in on her like something crazy. And I sat back and watched it, man. I'm like, why is these women so negative? Like, ooh, you found you a man. You wasn't like, you didn't change. Man, look, she's supposed to change. She found a husband. And when you find a husband, you change. And it's not because of the bad of it, because as a single person, you got somebody incorporated in your life now. Now the rules change. Some of the speaks you spoke is not the same. Your friendship will change. Relationships you had with other people is going to change. The dynamics of your family is going to change when you meet somebody significant in your life and you get married because you intertwine in your life. And over the years, you may even become a different person. But some people are not, and there's nothing wrong with being single. Don't get me wrong, baby. It ain't nothing wrong with being single. Hey, if having a relationship ain't for you, hey, good. Whatever makes you happy. It's not for me to say whether you need to be single, but I'm just saying. But if you are a single person and you see somebody get a significant other, why can't you just be happy for them? You don't have to agree with, you don't have to analyze nobody's life because the person that you knew, and I understand it, all birds of a feather fly together. If you're a single woman and you found her in your life and she was a content creator and you kind of vibe with her because she's single and she had those single traits about herself, well, that's great because she was a single lady. So when she spoke, she might have spoke about being single. She might have spoke to single people. She might have encouraged people who were single. But the dynamics of her life changed. No different if you was a woman who have no kids, then your life is based around you not having kids. You go places that, kids don't go. You party more. You more frivolous with your money because you have nobody to take care of but you. So your life is different. But the minute you have a child, everything kind of changes. Now, the people who don't have children, you slowly start talking to people who have children. Now you're talking to mothers. You're getting advice from mothers. You stop going to some places that you went to because your child it may not be a child-friendly place. Your friends change. The places you go, you stop going to nightclubs. Now you going to Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I'm saying? You having birthday parties instead of having turned up birthday parties. You're having birthday parties with hot dogs and cake and playing pins and tails on a donkey. You change because of the people that you introduce in your life. So when a person meet someone, the dynamics change, man. You know what I'm saying? They may speak different. They may talk different because that's just part of being a human. But y'all went in on her like she done something damn wrong. And the only reason they did, I'm not saying y'all, I'm saying some people on the internet. And the only reason they do this is because, like I said, you get miserable when you see other people doing things that you want to do. And so don't get mad at people when they life change for the betterment. If it makes you that jealous or that envy, just stop watching, man. Sometimes you just got to be that grown to say, hey, this person is not for me no more. Now she's married, or maybe he's married, or maybe they got a child, and everything that I liked about them has changed. Now all they speak about is their husband. Now every time I come on, they got their husband. Now they focused on their husband. They don't focus on. That's fine. Just move on. Some of y'all got friends like that, man. You've been friends with somebody for years, and y'all kicked it and done this, and you were single and she was single. Y'all done what single girls do. Now she found a boyfriend and they moved on pretty quickly. Now she engaged. And your whole vibe is you want to talk about him and he ain't no good for you. And girl, we was this. Hey, it's time for you to move on, baby. It's time for you to move on. If you can't be happy for your friend because she found somebody, and maybe it's time for her to move on for you. Because maybe y'all was running the streets. Y'all was women of the streets. Y'all out here doing this and doing that, and y'all had y'all thing going on. She met somebody. Over the times, they done got married, baby. She in a relationship, so she ain't got time. She ain't got time for her husband sitting beside her right now. So she can't call you and say, girl, yeah, I heard what she said. She done changed. She don't do that no more. Now it ain't going out to the club and coming home at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now she had to take all them people that y'all know together out of her phone. Because you knew Tom, Dick, and Harry, and all y'all was associated with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Now her husband may not like Tom, Dick, and Harry. So Tom, Dick, and Harry might have to get deleted out the phone. And if you keep associating yourself with Tom, Dick, and Harry and trying to get her out the house, she might have to leave you alone because she got to save her marriage. That's kind of what I'm saying. When you meet somebody, your life change, man. So y'all leave that lady alone, man. Let her be who she want to be. She is happy in her life, and you can see it. Yeah, I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did. I saw it because I'm not saying she wasn't a miserable person, but you can see when somebody gets happy in their life, they whole demeanor change. And I'm not saying she wasn't happy with who she was before, but her level of happiness just upgraded itself, man. No different if you have a child. Your level of happiness, yeah, she's happier because she found somebody that she loves. And so her smile is bigger. You know what I'm saying? Her eyes get bigger. He lights her up. And so therefore you should be happy with that. And just cause you don't have it, don't mean you gotta be pissed off at her. If it bothers you that much, where you that bad of a person where you can't stand to see somebody in their element, move on. Just move on. Just quietly exit out the door. That's all you gotta do. But people treat me out, man, about how they do that, man. And that's why I always tell people, sometimes you can. That's probably why she did not introduce you to him, because she probably knew what she was gonna get out of it. That's all it is, man. Because the world is a cruel place, man. You know, and we do some of the most stupidest things. Just like that guy that killed that healthcare. You know the guy that was what was that guy? He was over United Healthcare.
Yeah, CEO, yeah.
The CEO of United Healthcare.
Yeah.
He got murdered in New York, and this guy who murdered him, and it's not effective if he did it.
He done it.
They know he done it. The evidence is overwhelming, but he pled not guilty, of course. But now he's in. Don't you know this is how crazy the world is. Even murdering somebody. You understand what I'm saying? These women, and not ain't just women, they have raised $500,000. Over $500,000 has went. They are protesting. They call this man a hero. Have a fan page. And they saying that the healthcare system is corrupted. So the man deserved to be unalived. He shot this man in the middle of the street from behind. This man had kids. He had a wife. And these people in the United States are calling him a hero. They are sending money to his account to help him get off because they saying he's a hero. Now, if that right there ain't a prime example of the world that we live in, and ain't no hope, and you put your faith in people, let me tell you something. Wake up. That's why let me tell you something. That and it ain't no different with our government. People will follow the craziest shit. But then when it comes down to the humanity of good, nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to see nobody happy. Nobody wants to see nobody with new things. Nobody wants to see nobody. Everybody is miserable to the point where you support miserability. You support somebody who you know damn well ain't no good for this country. You vote because you're a miserable person. And birds of the feather fly together. And that's what this negative world has become. This earth that we call home is so much of a negative place that the majority of us is in a negative state. So when the negative leaders or the negative role models pop up, we're outvoted. The positive energy is being outvoted by the negative energy. That's why a man who can get on here and talk about another man can get 5 Grammys. Kendrick Lamar. This man is a good man, I'm sure, but this man won 5 Grammys for a song because he dissed another man. Do you understand me? That is the world we live in. Negativity is taking over. You get used to back in the day, a person got Grammys because they made a good love song. They made a good song about inspiration. You know, we are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Songs like that got Grammys. Now, the man who get the most Grammys is the man who's saying they not like us, they not like us, and talking about somebody being a pedophile. That's what got him 5 Grammys. Now, people like Jimmy Carter, who's in the ground, who won humanitarian awards, who won peace prizes, you know what I'm saying? Now you got a man like DT, who showed you who he is, being voted in by the That's what I'm trying to say. So you got somebody who can just walk up behind somebody, pull a pistol, and unalive them in the street with kids and a wife, and you got the community who get behind him and calls him a damn hero and gives him money to pay his lawyers to get him off because they felt like the man deserved it because he was maybe being a crook. That's the world we live in, man. So you as a person, you got to understand, man, what you dealing with when you dealing with people, especially being on this internet. The negativity, people love it. People love it. They love that shit. They love it. But that's the world we live in. So you must keep yourself in a positive range, man. Stay low key, stay to yourself, because positivity in this world is not winning anymore, man. It is winning, but on small levels. Don't try to be positive and be huge because it's not going to work for you. You got to stay positive in your own environment. That's with your family. That's what I do. I stay here. I'm not no more involved with the world anymore because the world has become such a negative place that negativity is taking over and is colonizing our minds and our brains to the point where it's become normal. It's become normal. Negativity is normal now. You know what I'm saying? So just stay positive in your own way. Take care of your house. Take care of your children. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do in your privacy of your own home. And like I said, if enough of us do that continuously, positivity will come back into the world. But it starts on a small level. It starts with your family. It starts with you teaching your kids right from wrong. It starts with you telling your kids so they can spread. And I think that over time, I think over time it'll change. But right, but they tend to tell me to get off. Christy is in the. So she said she finna cook, so I'm gonna go off and we're gonna come back and let Christy cook for a minute because my time is up, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. You know, I come on and do this every once in a while. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Give us about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We're gonna come back and Christy's finna cook. So thank y'all for watching Tennessee Soul. We'll see y'all.